Welcome to Bravely Default, Where the Fairy Flies. I'm Arglefump, and I am playing the demo for this game. If this is popular, I will consider going on and playing the full game. Let me just skip the opening scene here. The opening scene here is not really interesting. It's basically a tutorial for this. Norend Village. It's a street pass village, and it was very much hurt by the worldwide economic recession of 2007. So our heroes need to go on the bottom screen and save the village. We have one worker, so it takes 10 hours to fix that. 2 hours to fix that. 15 minutes to fix this, so I'll put my one worker on that project. You can get more workers, there are 20 workers in total, by using Street Pass. So here's what happens when you use Street Pass. You don't pass by anybody. Yeah, that's basically what happens whenever you use Street Pass. You never meet anybody, and you realize you're a very lonely person. But as for this demo, with this demo, you get fancy items which will carry over to the main game. So for example, the main game, I will start off with 2 antidotes, 2 eye drops, and 2 echo herbs. If I complete some quests, I'll get more items to start off the main game with. So here's a quest. Quest number 1, Beast Liver Hunt. You need to find 5 beast livers from defeating the enemies outside of town. And here, let me buy a weapon. I want to buy a fancy weapon. So let's see. I'm going to buy an oaken pole. And I'm going to give it to our main character, Agnes, because she is very much a weak character. Okay, so Sorry that the start of this video is not super exciting. It's mostly just tutorials. Okay, so this game is called Bravely Default, meaning you can do Brave and Default. Brave is a Pixar movie starring Princess Merida. Her mother turns into a bear. It's a very good movie. Default is what happens when you can't pay a loan, so you need to default on your loans. So that's basically how this game works, is you can either Brave or Default. So Brave is like taking an advance on your loan. In this case, it's like a turn. So let me show you what a normal turn is like. Normal turn, you can attack, you can use an ability like Examine. You can try to run away or use an item, and if you have a magical attack, you can use that. So this Examine ability is nice, lets you see what the enemies are all about. And as usual for, turn-based RPGs, you fight enemies. And sometimes you do well, sometimes you get situations like that, where the enemies kill you right off the bat, which means running away from the enemy is a good idea. Oh no, I couldn't get away! Okay, I got away that time. Overall, a really horrible first battle. Somebody's dead, somebody's poisoned. We need to go back to the inn and heal everybody. Very, very bad. Let me save my game here. This is a save person. And we will try that again. So this time I'll actually show off how Brave and Default work. This is very simple. Just wander around. Eventually, you'll find some enemies, and you'll get to fight them. Okay, so here we go. If you brave, it's like taking an advance on your lone. So I brave 3 times, meaning I get 3 turns right now. So I can attack the enemy 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 4 times. Now, if you default, it's the opposite. It's like saying, whoa, I don't want to take a turn now. I'm going to save it for later. And that's exactly how this works. So you'll notice what I did there was I had everybody brave. So they're taking the maximum amount of turns possible. And this is going very slowly, so let me press right on the control pad to fast forward. Here in the bottom screen, you'll see we got some experience points. We got 15 experience points, 14 experience points actually, 3 job points, 39 gold, and 1 beast liver. My quest was to find 5 beast livers, so we need to win 4 more battles. You get 1 beast liver per battle. That's basically how this works. You'll notice this time the enemies start with 1 BP, so, I mean, that's a brave point. So the enemies start with a brave, so they're automatically starting with a double attack. And everybody leveled up. But we did not get a beast liver from that battle, which is obviously not good. So here's the downside of braving. Obviously you can see how it's basically letting me destroy every single battle. I'm killing all of the enemies on the first turn because I'm taking 4 turns on turn number 1. The downside is you have to wait for your loan to be repaid. So you take 4 turns on the first turn. Well, that's great, but that means you're doing nothing for the next 4 turns. Does that make sense? We'll eventually see this. Probably not now, because I'm fighting easy enemies. It's just the start of the game, after all. And I got a 2nd beast liver. Good. But we'll have situations where all of my characters have just braved out, and now they have to wait 4 turns before they can move again. And if you're against an enemy that does a lot of damage, giving the enemy 4 turns in a row is not a good idea. It can be a problem with these enemies when these enemies cast poison. I mean, they use poison on your heroes. And so our heroes get poisoned 4 turns in a row. Ooh, level up and an antidote. Well, that's good. That's good. I like having level ups, and I like having antidotes, but I wanted to get those beast livers. So there's not going to be much to this video besides this. It's just going to be me fighting enemies. Just fighting these early enemies here at the start of the game in hopes of getting beast livers. I guess I could explore the world map, but there's not a whole lot to explore. There are only 3 places. 4 places. We have this place over here to the northeast. That's a forest. We have a bunch of enemies in the forest. Over to the west, we have a cave, and to the south, we have a castle. Okay, we got another beast liver. That makes 3, I believe. Looks like it's, what is this, some sort of river? I imagine in the actual game we might be sailing across this river. Okay, so that battle did not start off well for me. One more beast liver ought to do it. Let me check the screen here. So, items. I have 4 beast livers, and I have an antidote. So let me use this antidote on poor Edie. That's her real name. Yeah, looks like one more group of enemies, and then I'll be finished with this challenge. Oh no! Uh-oh. Guys, these are imps. These enemies are nasty. And those enemies drop demon tails. They do not actually drop beast livers. So notice those enemies appear at nighttime. It's nighttime right now. It's nighttime. So the way to get it to change from day to night... Did I just run into a battle? I did. Well, the way to get it to change from day to night is either stand still and wait for it to change, or... Ooh, leveled up! Everybody's leveled up. Okay, that's good. And I got some demon tails. But I'm looking for beast livers, right? I'm looking for beast livers. So here's the town at nighttime. Fancy. But the way to get it to change from day to night is to go to the inn. Fairly simple. Okay, one more battle. One more battle. Here we go, perfect. Battle results. Okay, so I got 1 beast liver, hooray! Now I'm finished with my quest. In total, there are 6 or 7 quests. I don't remember off of the top of my head. So, let's just get back to this person. And in the next video, we will solve the next quest.